welcome to FMTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope y'all are having a lovely day. So basically, we're going to be finishing up the Intermediate Advanced Relationship series today, and tomorrow and Wednesday with Nick, which will be pretty awesome. Thursday will probably be an open Q&A. And then Nick will be off for a while. We won't see Nick until August. With that all being said, if you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. You can scroll down and pick up one of these subscription bundles. Basically, the video, we talk about a lot on this live stream. We don't necessarily talk about the topics that you need to know right now. If you have a specific topic that you are interested in, or if you decide that you don't like our conversational live stream format, you will probably like our video courses a lot better. Videos are anywhere from 4 to like 30 minutes at max. Most are 10. And it's just Richard really deep diving into specific topics to answer specific questions about the FileMaker platform. So, also, if you've bought that, thank you very much. We appreciate it. All right, Nick, what are we doing
Yes.
today?
Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I discovered like many years ago, how to use relationship to solve problems instead of using complicated, cumbersome calculations, and to get the relationship to do that for me, right? Okay, so let's say we have a situation here. Let's say I have, let me bring my invoices. Let's say I have different invoice types, okay? I have invoices in dollars, right? I have invoices, these are fake, they are, like placeholder, right? It's just for the demo, right? So you have an invoice generated in USD, right? Then you have invoices generated in euro, and then you have invoices generated in Colombian pesos. Okay, for example, that just an example. And I want the system to automatically get, like, for example, if I am in if the company is in Europe, right? You want the invoice in euro, right? Makes sense because Europe, right? If people are in Northern um, America, okay, well, you want this to be in USD, for example. Okay. And if you are in Latin America, you want something like in Colombian pesos, okay? So how to handle this, instead of having it's a simple example, right? But instead of having heavy calculation with cases, say, okay, if this, then that, if this, then that, instead of having this, how you can get the relationship to handle that for you, okay? To handle the selection of which invoice you want based on the region. Right? So we start easy because I want you to understand. So far, did you understand the case scenario here? Did you guys understand that, what I want to do?
Are we following along?
Yeah?
Yes, no, yay, nay.
No? You don't get it?
Yes, people are saying yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So because, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that people are saying yes, so you're good.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. When you're in Europe, you want in euro. When you're in Northern America, you want dollars. And when you are in Latin America, you want COP, right? Which is straightforward, right? So normally when you do something like this, right, you say yes when you have a case or something like this. So let's say first I'm going to create a table where I will put my invoice types, okay? Right? So invoice type, of course, like I always said, in all my tables, I always have a primary key always, right? Even if you don't need it, you need it. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my type. Okay. And then I have the invoice. I mean, let's say the invoice documents are like default document, right? And that a container. Okay. So here are my invoice types here. So let me change it. I don't know why they put this Apex stuff. You know, I want this, right? And this, and put this here. So I have my invoice type here, my invoice here. Oops. Type and my invoice like this, right? So first record here, type, let's say it's in euro, right? And I'm going to drag this here, okay? Next record, this is in USD, let's say US dollar, and I'm going to put that here, US dollar. And I have another record here. So, okay, and I put that here. So I have my three records, right? So now you understand the problem. That means if you want to elect a document which is a record, and if you use calculation, you are in trouble because it's not that easy. Okay. So with a calc, you understand? So now I have three records here, right? I have my free record, euro, US dollar, Colombian pesos. Okay. And now I want to connect the dot together, right? Correct? So I want to do something like this. Here, I'm adding a tag. Okay, I'm adding a tag, Europe, right? Tag Europe, tag America, tag Northern America, okay? And 1,000 or Latin America. I prefer that way. Okay, so I have three tags here, correct? In that tag here, I'm going to show my tags and I'm going to say here 1, 0, and 0. Here I say 0, 0, 1, and here I'm going to say 0, 1, 0. Okay, makes sense. I want 1 when it's in the tag Europe and nothing here. Here I want the 1 in Northern America, and in Colombian pesos I want for Latin America, right? So far so good. So now I have this one tag here, okay? So here, what do I do? Okay, so I need 3 tags as well, you know? I need 3 tags. I need a tag for when the region is Northern America. I need a tag when the region is Europe, and a tag when it's, you understand? So I'm going to do the same thing. Tag, Europe,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what will be the calc here? Okay. Well, here I have my region. So now you will understand why the ID is super important, right? So I'm going to copy that ID and I'm going to put that in my tag Europe. and say IDF region equal this, right? Which is Europe. So you put a comment in your calc saying, because you don't know this ID, what it is, right? So now you put yourself like a reminder, say this is Europe, okay? So here with tag Europe, I will have one when it's Europe, okay? Now I duplicate this and I say tag Northern America, okay? So this is another ID, is this ID, right? So you do here and you change this ID to Northern America, okay? Of course, you do the same here for Latin America, okay? And you go here and Latin America is this ID, Latin America. So far, are you following?
People are typing. Hello, everybody. Hello, IOVS WJ Steve. I'm gonna let Larry. Larry mentioned that you missed the last character in the UUID for North America.
Oh, okay. So let me check this. Northern America. Yeah, if I do that, it won't work. No. Oh, yeah. I add a additional character. Oh, yeah. I understand what I did. Okay. So I think we're good. So we
Yep.
can, okay. So let me put that here and I'm going to check. You can do a check like this. Okay. Let me do this here and then do a check here, right? So I go to contact, tag Latin America. I should have 3B88 ending with 98. Northern America should have CD5 ending with 77. And Europe, I need to have 121 ending with 2C. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now let me display those tags in my layout, right? So far so good.
Yep, there we go.
Tag Latin, yeah, Northern and Europe. I'm displaying that here. Okay, interesting. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so now I have nothing because I need to replace this, because it's an auto entry calculation. So I didn't have the calc before I put the region in. So I need to pretty much do a replace here. Need to do a replace here. And I replace the ID region with itself, right? Which will trigger the auto entry in the tag. And then, okay. So am I in Northern America? Yes, right? And so it's easy now, right? So let's see if it works. I want all the Latin America. So I have nothing in Latin America. Yeah. So this didn't work. Free 8B 898. Why it didn't work? Oh, yeah, sorry. I need to show all and do a replace this on the show all because I didn't have all my found set. That's why it didn't work. So I need to do it that again. Replace. Boom. So I can say that's all my Latin America, and I can find all the Europe. We're good. So I have all my tags working. Okay. So now maybe I can just duplicate that layout and name it invoices. Okay. And use this layout instead of this one, then I can delete those here and here, right? And just focus on those, right? And show here the invoice, okay? So now I want to display the record based on the tag. So which record, which invoice I'm going to display based on this, okay? Correct? So look this, I'm going to have a relationship between invoice type and account, and I'm going to copy that name, put the name here, change that to E, change that to invoice types, okay? And that will be tags, okay? Because I'm pointing to tags, okay? And the relationship will be this. I'm going to put the, am I in account? Where's my tags? Or did I put that in? Oh, I'm in contact, sorry. Not in account. I'm in contact, sorry. 5, hash H. So it's contact. Okay. So I'm going to link tag Europe with tag Europe, tag Northern America with Northern America, and tag Latin America with Latin America, right? So my relationship is this, no, this equal this equal this equal this, right? And like by magic, I will get the right invoice, right? Based on the region without any calculations. Okay, so let me show you this. So I'm going to here, and I'm going to show the invoice. Okay. Here. So this one here is in Africa. So let's go, boom. So here, I'm in Europe, and I'm definitely showing, let me try to make this bigger. My screen is so small, so. But you can see, can you see Euro here? Mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going here, it in COP, because I'm in Latin America. So this is to demonstrate how you can use relationship to get the document you want, okay? To get the thing you want, correct? So do we have any questions so far?
If you use JSON get element with the get system locale elements and currency symbol, you get, oh, they're not a question, just a comment, how to get the currency used in your computer. Nifty. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is the beginning of the demonstration. Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
want you to understand, how you can use that projection of a unique record as a reference. So you have many record here, and you refer to many record here, but you put yourself the calc here. Okay. So do we have any question following? See? Yes.
Nope, you're good for the moment. Oh,
So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
someone's having an issue with, hold on. Well, okay. I'm going to give me a hot second. I think you're good. Never mind. You can keep going. I will fix stuff
Okay.
behind the scenes.
So now let's say I want to do something like this, right? So that's why how you can use the system for doing many things. For example, here a case scenario of why I'm using this system here. Okay, I have different clients. Okay, and they have different type of invoices. Okay, based on their property, based on their contracts, based on their type of arbitration, right? Based on this, I need to select different cover letters. Okay, so this is I cannot, so the principle is the same of this, but here a case scenario, a real world case scenario where you can use this, and I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to explain you this, and I'm going to pretty much try to replicate this level of sophistication with this, okay? But first, I want to show you this. So the principle is this. I have customers, they can have different type of cover letters, okay? And it change automatically based on their, like I said, contract situation, arbitration, stuff like this. I have different cover letters, different initial emails, initial letters, right? And initial email. So I have cover letters, and initial email, for example. But of course, if I go here, I have all my letters, okay? So I have all my letters based on this, okay? I have all my letters based on this. So the letter is built. I have different type of letters, and then I have a calc here that changed based on the contact mailing address, and based on so you have a different letter, okay, based on. So I want the system to select the right letter for each different type I have here. You know, so different type of letters. So let me open another window here. Tools, system. Okay. So based on this here, I want to elect, for example, here, I have this letter. Okay. This letter and this email. Here, I have this letter and this email. And here, I have this letter and this email, right? Based on my list, right? So what happened here? So let me show you how it works, okay? See here, I have a menu here, right? And this menu is based on this. So for example, if I create a new letter here, right? A new record, and I name it Nick Test, right? 1. Okay. So I have a letter, Nick Test 1, and it's a letter. Now this letter here, it's available here. Okay, because I'm selecting this menu here is selected for this. It's from here. It's from this table here. This is a table. I have IDs for each letters. Okay, so now here I have an ID letter for each of them. What happened here, right? So let me show you the I have it here, prepare for you. See here? Here I have different IDs. Okay. For example, here, let's say I'm changing this. I have 3 records. Those are 3 records here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Exactly like I have here in my example, right? I have euro, US dollar, Colombian peso. It's the same system here. I have three different case, I have three different case scenario. Like here, I have three different case scenario, euro, dollar, Colombian pesos. Here is the same here. Initial letter, arbitration letter on to customer, or arbitration letter on to us. I have three different types of scenario, okay? Here I said, okay, for this scenario, for this one, okay, cover letter standard, cover letter, for this one, for the cover letter standard, okay, I have initial letter. When I select the letter here, look what happened. If I change the letter here, look here, right? Here, let me draw, look here. If I change this, look what happened. Boom, it changed the ID. And the letter now is Nick test 1. Okay? If I go there and I change again, boom, I want the initial letter. So I got the ID of the letter, the ID based on the selection I have here, right? So now for that record, I know which initial letter I want and which initial email I want, depending if I want to send a letter or if I want to send an email to my customers, okay? But this selection of which letter to use and which email to use will be a nightmare to do with a calculation, right? Because it's based on multiple factors, not only one. So let me delete this. Okay. Oops. Clear. Okay. So I want that to happen. So I want to know when I'm going to print the letter, I want to know which of those I want to use, right? But I have multiple selection here. Not only I need to know I have the selection of letter or email, but also how I select one of those, right? How do I do my selection here? How I know for cover letter, I want this letter. If I send by letter, or this email, if I send by email, how I know this? Okay, you do a very, very fancy calculation case. If this, then that, or else this and that else. So you have like a, let's say 35 line case calculation, which is very complicated to do. Why? Because if you do hard-coded calc, like this, let's say, you do a calc like this, and you say case, right? And you start, for example, you have the tag arbitration equal 1 and tag arbitration all equals 0, then you want this ID, right? But you need to add something like this, like tag send by email equal 1, right? And so you need to type something like this. It's for each case scenario when this is 1. When this is 1 and this is 1 and this is 0, when this is 1, this is 0, this is 1. It's a nightmare. Can you get this problem here? What I want to solve, can you get it? And can you admit that that would have been a nightmare? Can we admit this?
Yes. Can we admit this? Yeah, because yes.
Yes. And now let's say, okay, let's say I'm doing this. Let's say you spend like 2 days trying to make this working, and you're very proud of yourself. And then you have your customer say, yes, but if tomorrow I want to change this to this, oh, okay, you need to call you, right? And you need to, you need to, what's the name? Change the ID, hard code it in the calc. No, it's not good. It's not good at all. And what happens if the guy said, Nick, by the way, I have another case scenario here, right? I have this one, new scenario. And for this one, I want this and I want this. Huh. You can add a scenario. You can add like this, right? Very easily. And you can even, so far, I didn't add the possibility of to add something here on the fly, but I could, you add your new scenario and you put whatever you want, right? And then the good thing, so let's destroy this because this is a live data. So the good thing here is, how do I do my selection here? How I know this and this. So on one side, I have tags, okay? I have 3 tags. I have the tag has arbitration invoice. I have the tag has all invoice arbitration, and I have the tag has negative balance, right? And here, so this is my tags, okay? So now that you understood how this works with the tags, okay? Well, if in one end of the relationship, okay, the tag arbitration is 0, the tag arbitration is 1, all 0, but let's say it's 1, and the has negative balance is 0. If I have this case scenario in one end, right? So let me show you. Okay, let me do it. Let me do something. Just a test. I can do that. Let's create a table here, a test table, right? So let me do that for you. I really want you to understand how it works, because you can't even imagine how this made my life so easy, right? So I want to share that with you, and I want you to understand the power of this. Okay, so this is a test table. Okay, I will delete it next. Okay, create my table. Yeah, it's a related table, so it takes some time. Okay, so I have my test table. Okay, and I'm going to say customer name, right? And then I'm going to put my tags here, right? So I'm going to say tag has all arbitration. We don't really care about what that means, okay? It's just for the demo, so we don't really care. Has invoice arbitration and has negative balance, okay? Oops. Balance. Yeah, still struggling with my keyboard. Okay, so I have my tags, customer name. Okay. Now, this table, okay, I'm going to link it to this initial table here, right? So I'm here, And I'm going to link this to initial table, initial invoice type. Okay. No, it's not this one. Which one it is? Okay, let me validate this. I don't remember the name of this table here. I want to connect the dots just for demo. Okay. Then you can understand how it works. Okay. Okay. So I don't remember the name of this table here. Initial status. Okay. So this is why I love their MBS, because here, which table it is? Yeah, but this is not the right. Oh, this is 21. This one, initial table. Intis. Okay, so I can go there. It's intis here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to link those two, right? I'm going to link this or arbitration with this. I'm going to link this with and this with the negative balance. Okay? Right? Or arbitration, or invoice arbitration, and negative balance. So I have my tags linked exactly like I did in the other, in my demo, right? So now I'm going to show you the power of this tag system combined with the record on the targets table. So I'm here. So let's open that new layout, my test table. Okay. So let's destroy this. I hate this Apex. The day FileMaker will delete this, I will be so happy. Okay. So now I want to show in this layout, right? This layout, which ID for letters, right? Which ID for email for letters, right? So let's put letter first, right? And of course, which letter it is, the name of the letter, and the name of the email. Okay. Nice layout. Okay. So let's say I have a customer, Nick Hunter, and he has, so let me show me the, so I need to see this here. So let's say he has arbitration invoice, that one, okay? He has arbitration invoice. He has no all arbitration, and he has no negative balance. This is a letter this guy will receive. Now, I have a new customer, I have Marge, right? And Marge has an invoice, okay? And she has an all arbitration, right? And she has a negative balance. Bam. This is the letter she's going to get. And this is the email she's going to get. So now I have another customer, okay? He has, so Scott, I know he's there. He has none of their invoice, okay, but he has all, and he has no balance. Boom. This is the email is going to receive, and this is the letter is going to receive. So Scott is going to receive the arbitration letter onto us, right? Marge is going to receive the arbitration letter onto clients, and Nick is going to receive an initial letter standard, right? Okay. So let's be honest, okay? If you want to do this, okay, not using this system, can we admit that you're in trouble? Can we?
Yes.
I mean, you got the point here, right? You got the point. That means I have calculation, I have 7 calculation here, complex calculation to tell me, okay, yeah, he has all arbitration is based on the 7 calculation. It's complicated. That's why I don't want to get into this, but I can show you their is in contact, I think. The tag as okay here, right? So I have a calculation. Oh, that's not, okay, number of, so if I have an invoice in arbitration, well, boom, I get this, okay? Has negative balance. Okay, this is the calc, so okay, if the sum of the outstanding arbitration, if I have an amount, right? So if it's inferior, if it's inferior to 0, right? So that means I have a bad. Okay, so you understand? So I have a calc, and that's why it's great to get the calc and to convert the calc into a tag, and then you deal with the tag. You don't deal with the calc. You deal with the tag. The calc has been calculated, is there, and you have 1 0 in that tag system here. And then, okay, you're free to go. Yeah, I took care of my calc. Okay, it's there. So now I have this system here, and on the other side, I have my where's the layout? I think I lost it. So I have the initial. Let's go. Let's show you the initial status here. I have this here with the correspondent tags on the other side. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Well, this is it, right? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is it. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Say, what happened here? Oh, yeah. But here the catch. Here the catch. This one here, it's either, I don't care. It could be yes or no. It could be both. This works if this tag has arbitration invoice, here. If it's yes or no, either. So that means this either is 1 or 0. The relationship will say, I don't care if it's 1, because if it's 1 here, yeah, you still have it. Okay, yeah, but need to, in that case, this need to be, which one has negative balance? Yeah, that, I changed this one, right? Okay, why? Okay, this need to be 0. Is this one is 0? So this, so you understand the complexity here. This one can be either here, here too. It can be either 1 or 0. I need to be 1. So the all invoice here, it need to be 1. This one here can be 1 or 0. And this one need to be 0. So this one, 1 or 0, I take the same thing. So that's why I have here this system here that says, okay, here the tag has arbitration invoice can be either. This one need to be no, 0, and this one need to be 0. If I have this case scenario, whatever, no, this is it. So let's try, right? So if this one is 1 or 0, this one no, right? And this one no. Arbitration. Okay, hold on. Arbitration invoice. Okay, this. It could be 0, 1. This one 0. So let's say this. Okay, this, right, is this one. No. This one can be yes, no. Okay? So the has arbitration invoice, this one, if I put 1 or 0, I get this. So can we imagine the complexity of the calc here? If it has either has invoice or not, and it has no of this, and it doesn't have this, then I want this email and this letter and this email. If this one is yes, it has invoice, or either it has not on this here, and this yes, I want this letter and this email. And here another one. If this is yes or no, and this yes, and this, okay, just try look, the client tried to do that for the last decades. It never worked because he was bumping into always something that doesn't work. And he was sometimes getting the wrong letter. He was getting the wrong email because he didn't have, neither he has the tag system. So he had the calc he had was a freaking nightmare, right? And I said, look, I can't fix this for you. I need to create something completely different. And then I remember that I was using this system to projected logic by relationship. This is how I name it, projected logic by relationship. Okay, which is it? It is, right? I'm projecting the logic to a relationship, right? So, and this never failed, never ever failed. It can't, And if I enter a situation where, I always get something here, I will always get something if I put 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, this one I have none. Well, but I know that I have none. So what will happen if I get this scenario, which is more likely not to happen? Okay, but let's say, when I will try to print a letter here, I will have an error. Say, okay, hey, missing record, right? I will have something like this. Look. I will have something like this. Go to rare record, because I'm saying, okay, I want to see the letter, right? So I want to, for example, let's say I'm here, and now I want to use the letter, right? I want to use the letter and fill it with my customer info. So now that my selection has been done here, okay? My selection is done, right? So I can say here, I can put IDF letter and IDF email. And of course, I need my friend, the trigger, okay? That's my friend, the trigger, right? Because I want to collect here, I want to collect the ID of the email and the ID of the letter, right? I want to collect this. So I'm doing this, a let, and I say, okay, what is my trigger? Okay, my trigger is this one, trigger, okay? And I want this, the ID email selected by my relationship, okay? Same here, so I can copy that, okay, and paste here. And I don't want this, I want IDF letter. Okay, so now look this. How easy it is now to select the letter I want. Okay, let me show you how to do all the process. I'll try to extract this table that I created in my customer layer solution, extract it and make it like a small sample file, right? Okay, I know you want it, so I'm going to give it to you. So why I have sometime I don't understand why it's doing this. Okay, I can't change this. Okay, here. This version of FileMaker I'm using is weird. Here I want the ID letters and ID email. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So let's put the trigger as well. Okay. So in this situation, right? Insert time. Boom. This is the ID for the letter and the ID of the email, right? Remember in my letters and emails, so this is my letters, this is my emails, right? So I select which one I want, right? They're all different. The text is different, right? If you hear, you say pretty much, oh, we are going to collect you, okay? Not this for collection, okay? Okay, you understand? So we have different type of, different speed, right? The initial, the small one, the second one, okay, final value invoice, and then, okay, whatever, dear outstanding invoice, and then we say, okay, past due notice, right? And then we say, okay, we're going to sue you, okay? So that they're pretty much. And then we have a selection based on this is letter for different type, since when he owes the what's the name, the invoice, and then we have the arbitration letter, which is this, right? And then we have arbitration letter onto us, onto the line. They're different. That's a different wording. So,
Hey, Nick,
yes,
your
yes,
audio
yes.
has gone to crap again.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not sure it's me because my thread I cannot have it better than this one. I'm on 200 and I don't know, maybe it's a wire microphone. It's wired. So I don't know. It's frustrating. This. It's a great. Okay, so is bad. Is bad.
Yes, it's incomprehensible. Well, I mean, well, it's doubling over, but I don't quite know what it seems to clear up randomly. So,
Okay, and now is it
yeah,
better?
now it's good. No idea
Okay.
why.
So I unplug it and replug the microphone. So maybe
Huh.
it was okay.
That seems to fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much okay. You understand that we have different type of letters, different speed of letters, different wording and stuff like that. So I need to do an selection between all those emails and those letters, right? So now thanks to this system that I get based on this, if I change this, right, and I do this, right, I will get another. Oh, okay, I get another, right? I get another uh, ID. Okay, so now I can. So let me try. Where's the body? Where's the? So now I'm here. I can use another relationship because I use a relationship to get the ID from my initial status, right? So I got the ID. Now I need to collect the letter. Okay, so the letter. Okay, so I'm going to collect the letter. And what is the letter? Well, the ID that this guy returned to me, right? I'm going to go there. This is where my bodies lives, right? This is where show you. Is my sound good?
Yes, yes, it is. Your sound is good. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Based on that ID, I'm going to select this, right? So let me show you. So I have this relationship. So don't worry, I'm going to show you how it works, and then you can. So here I can go there and say, go to related record um, from what's the name of my relationship here? Letter body text something like this. Ah, that's why I hate when I don't use the LTRB. Okay. So LTRB test, right? The layout is this one. Let's do this one. Okay. So I'm using a relationship to show me, and I want that in a new window. Okay. So I have a button here, show letter, and the script is the dummy scripts, I think. No, it's new script, the first one. Okay, new script. Okay. So if I click here, this is a letter. So I have three, because I have the body, the signature, and the info. Okay. Correct. So this is, let me show you in form view. Yes. Okay. So this is a letter. Yeah, but it doesn't show because this I need to show the body here. Okay. Sorry for that. So this is the arbitration letter on to clients, right? So now I select the right, I selected the right letter based on the ID. Now let's say I'm going to Nick Hunter. Okay. So which letter I'm going to show Nick Hunter? Show letter. Well, is another one. That was one letter. This is another letter, right? What about Marge, right? Well, this is another letter type, okay? It's different than this one. Why? Because I'm selecting the letter by the ID. So let's do a recap here. Based on that tag, okay, those tags, right? My initial letters, I select which ID of the letter and the email, which one I need. Thanks to that three tags here, I'm selecting here based on this logic. Sometimes I don't care about this. I care about this. I care about this. Here, I don't care about this. I care about this. I care about it. Here, I care about this. I don't care about this, right? So when you want either, you want both, whatever it is or is not, you put 1 and 0, you put both info as a value like this, right? Thanks to this, I got which letter and which email. Now, if I want to print a letter to that guy, right? Well, I have the ID. I have my letter here. Well, which letter I need? This one, right? For this customer. Which one I need for this customer? This one. Which I need for this one here? This one. So you understand? So now let's say I have a customer, right? And I bump into a where I don't have any. I think, okay, this one. I have none. Okay. So what happened when let's say this scenario I don't have, I have my script here. I have my script here. And I say, if get last error, that means there's an error, show dialog. Well, no letter. There's no letters for this customer. Something like this, right? So I'm here. I have this scenario, like Nick or I don't know, or Ken, right? I have Ken. I have this scenario for Ken, and I click here. Well, I say, okay, there's no letter for this customer. No letters, right? And I can do even better, right? Thanks to the relationship again, right? Thanks to the relationship, what I can do this. I can do here, put the text, no letters, right? And I put that nice and beautiful and center, I have no letters, right? For Ken. And I say here, in a hidden state, not is empty. The LTBR or RB something. Okay. Not is empty this. So that means I have the relationship. So if I have nothing on the other side of the relationship, that means something wrong. And I can show that on the here. Here I have a letter. Here I have no letters. Right? Thanks to the relationship. You can do plenty of stuff because you have a relationship. And if you want to optimize, because this is not optimized, this is not good. This why is because I have a hidden state based on a related field, and that's not good. Not good. It's bad, right? This is not good. So how you do this? Well, you transform this into a tag. So that's why the tag is great, because tag, no letters, right? Instead of, so I have a tag that says not is empty, okay, or is empty this, right? Is empty this. So, but I think I need a trigger to trigger this equal. Is my sound good, Marge?
Yes, it
Just
is.
you're checking? Okay, cool. So instead of having, so this is a demo of why you need tags. Okay. Well, instead of having this, which is costly in terms of performance, to have a hidden state or a conditional formatting, even worse. Okay, and this is pointing to a related record. Okay, you don't want that. Instead, right? This, so I have a tag here. So let me show the tag. Okay. So let's say I'm doing this. Okay, now the tag says, so let me replace this, Okay, now I have a tag here that says no letters, right? Here, I have 0 on the no letters. That means I have one. Here, I have one. Here, I have one. Here, I don't have one. Okay? So you said you hide this, not tag no letters, right? Instead of pointing to a related record, knowing that hidden state are unstored calc, they are always calculating it, right? So this would have been a calc, an unstored calc in your layout. Let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have plenty of them on your layout, where at one point, this is when you land in a record and you have the spinning wheel for 2 minutes before you can even touch the record. This is why, it's because you don't have this technique here, right? To say, oh, I delete this, not tag uh, no letter, okay? So here, so if I put 0 here, it goes away. If I put 1 here, no letter, no letter. I have this, but it's pointing to a calc that has been done and frozen. This is frozen. It happened there. If I put 1 here, poof, it goes away because I have one. If I put there 0, 1, poof, and this calc is gone. It's over. It's stopped. It happened like a push. This happened once, boom, and that's it. It's frozen. If you put this with a related record, it's always calculating. If I go there, it doesn't calc anymore. It doesn't do the calc. The calc has been done. It will do the calc only if I do this here. It will recalc this. Okay? But otherwise, no. If I do this, it doesn't do the calc. If you put this in a related table, so I think you got the point here, right? So did you get the whole stuff with this pre-record here and this tag system, and you elect and select the ID of a record, then you can then use to show the record you want. All of this with no freaking calc, right? Do you get it? And if you have questions,
We have questions.
okay, cool.
You have 8 different options because you have 3 tags? Question mark.
I have 8 different options because of the free tags. What do you mean by free tags? Because of
Uh,
this?
is that because of that, David? Like, what do you mean by tags?
Free tags.
Yes, that's what he meant. Yes.
Or free like no free like not paying is free like 1 2 3. Okay.
Yes.
I have much more than 8 options, though. Remember, first of all, I need to do the if it's email, if it's letter. So I have 2 here. 2 by here and here, 2 options here, here. Or the difficulty here is the combination on how to elect. Can you imagine the complexity of doing this? I say, okay, if I have this, if I have this, and if I don't have this, if I don't have this, and if I have or don't have this, then I want this if it's email or this if it's letter. I mean, can you imagine the calc? I don't know. Maybe so, I mean, I really want to make the calc for you. Maybe I will do it for next week. Maybe I will convert this into a hard-coded case scenario to show you the madness, because I don't think you can imagine the madness here. Because the case, we have a problem. The case, I know, I remember the customer was the problem of the case. If you want, I can, if we have 2 minutes. The problem of the case scenario is this. Which one you want first? This and this and not this, right? And then you say, I want this ID, right? But the prime of the case is not this and this and not this, and you want this ID. The problem of this is that a case will elect the first met, and sometime it will select this first because the prime is to solve the problem either D 0 or 1. So you could bump into a case where it's going to select this first, because case, it's stupid. First arrive, first serve is the DMV, right? Is a DMV. They don't think. Okay. So the first arrive, first serve. So it's difficult to get the either. Can you get this? I mean, can you get the problem here when you want to get either 1 or 0, right? Can you get the problem on the case scenario? Which one
Mm-hmm.
first? You want the 1 0 1 first, or the 1 1 1 first? Which one? You understand? Because you run in a big problem here with the case scenario. I know if I try to make that working with the case scenario, which will be something like this at the end. I know it will be something like this, something like this. I will end up something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, something like this. It will be a case scenario like this. I will end up something like this, right? And I will spend hours trying to fix this. I will spend hours, days, and at the end of the day, it won't work. It won't, right? So, and it's hard coded. I mean, I cannot go to my preference, to my system layout here and say, oh, I create a new layer, and no, you have no possibility, right? So I came with the Europe a euro, a dollar, Colombian pesos are demonstration in the beginning to show you with a very simple example. And then I came with that example here. I'm going to extract this. This is extractable easily. I have two or three tables to extract and put back. But I'm going to do that for you tomorrow, right? The sample data here, the sample file. But you can extend that as much as you want. You can apply this to your problems, right? The idea here is to convert your calculation into tags, okay? And then you have 1, 0, and then the relationship is very easy to get. And then you have this system here that says either yes, no, either, you can build a nice UI like this, right? On each record, right? Or each record, and then select whatever letters, whatever email, right? And then based on those, the selection of the record of the ID of the letter you want, right? But you can extrapolate, you can extend that as as you want, and you can apply that for anything you want, right? So do we have any other questions here?
Yes. Does it mind if in the relationship graph a table is at the right or left of another? The relationship is the same, but does the position of the table change anything?
No, it doesn't change anything. Depending, if you do, it doesn't, because it will, if even if you do this, right? Well, it doesn't matter because you start from here. So it will go, this will always be the target table because your layout is there. So it will do it, so it will come from here and say this equal this. So it will become this equal this, which is the same. Doesn't matter. This doesn't have any incidence. I do this because for the logic, it's better to, present that way, right? Targets. And I don't know if you notice something here, but it's a one, it's a A to B relationship, in both. I don't have this here. You understand? Because I'm getting in that test table, I'm getting from one relationship, I'm sucking the ID here, and then from here I go to the other table, right? So pretty much, I am. That's why it's a good demo, because I'm here, I'm sucking the ID from this table from here to here. I'm getting this here, boom, with this relationship feeds two fields here. And then thanks to the ID I'm sucking from that relationship, then I can go there and get my letters. I don't try to get this and then to get this here. No, this is bad, right? This is very bad. So always A to B. This relationship suck the ID in here, and then from here, I'm going there to get my letters, right? Always, you suck the thing in your source table. You get all the IDs in, right? Other question?
Not at the moment. So
Okay.
I think we're good to wrap it.
Okay, so did you get it, or did you learn? Is that something you're going to use in the future?
I definitely learned a lot, and I imagine, yeah, some.
No, I mean, do you want me to tomorrow to go again? I mean, if you want, you can think about, and tomorrow I can get more into this if you want. because I did all of this 3 weeks to arrive here,
Yes.
right? So all of the the tags, the multi-value, the A to B,
Mm-hmm.
the anchor buoy, the get all the ID in, all of this was to get there, was to do this projected, if you get this, I tell you something, if you get this, if you try, if you get, you will never stop using this. Never, I'm using all over the place because I have no calc. I don't need calcs. I mean, because I'm I'm getting away, right? What I'm doing here, it's to get these tags here, right? This is where you have the complexity. So this is where you need to focus how to get yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, So the when you focus on getting the calc, on getting the yes, no here, then you're done. Thanks to this, then you don't need another extra complexity of selecting the thing you need based on those calcs. You know what I mean? So you pretty much you slice your complexity in multiple tags, and then you combine those tags together. Say, okay, if I have this and not this, and I don't care about this, then I have this. So something like this. So it's a process where you slice your problems, you slice your the complexity, and for getting the results, instead of manipulating very hard complex calc together, no, you manipulate one and zero. You know what I mean? So uh, dealing for your brain, dealing with this is much simpler than dealing with the logic behind this. You know what I mean? So you say, okay, yeah, if I have this, if I don't have this, or have this, whatever, boom, this is what I get. I get this, because you savantly, smartly, you did the logic here, which is visual. It's really visual. Yes, no, yeah, it's very visual. So you can see you can see the logic. You see it. You don't have to get it on your mind. That helped me a lot. Actually, this is the key. The key is to get the UI behind this. You know, maybe tomorrow I can show you how I build that UI. If you want, because we have some time. I do want to show you how to delete. So maybe tomorrow I'm doing this, and Friday and Wednesday I'm doing some recap, maybe on Wednesday. But tomorrow I really want to show you how to avoid the nightmare of deletion of records from with relationship. You know, like getting this, using this delete record. This is a big problem, right? When you have one somewhere buried in your relationship, you have one that deletes, right? And for no reason, you delete a record here, and then poof, you have all your record gone, and you spend hours trying to figure out which one is. But and that's the reason why. So we're going to talk tomorrow, is that if I want to know all my relationship that do delete, I have them all here, right? This is all relationship that deletes from that, right? You understand? So when I'm somewhere here, I have all the deletes. Let's say I'm going to, I know where, I have a lot here. All the delete relationship, I have all of those are doing delete, right? Oh yeah, I'm seeing the user. So this is all the delete. They all say delete in the name, delete, right? So you can see on all my solution, which is a giant, huge solution, I have a very few relationship that deletes record, correct? Because so tomorrow we do that, and then Friday or Wednesday we do the recap, and I'm going to show this layout here, right? Okay.
Yes. So, cool. I think that's a good plan, Nick.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Have a excellent day, and see you tomorrow then.
Absolutely. See you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.